Now, how about them damn Celtics?
All right, we're back with another Boston Celtics video, another draft scouting one today. We're looking at Amari Allen out of Alabama. The Ringer has him ranked as their 17th best prospect, which is obviously a little higher than where the Celtics are projected to pick at 27. However, based on all the mock drafts that are going around right now, Amari Allen is fully in the Celtics range. I've seen him go 24, 34, 32, 29, 27, 32, 35. So he is very much in the range of where the Celtics could be picking based on mock drafts are going around the internet right now. So I don't think it's unrealistic that he could fall to the Celtics. He's listed at 6'5", a forward, probably a small forward at that height, could even be a little bit undersized. Good passer, good cutter, decent 3-point shooter, but not great. 34.1 in college. Kind of an all-around guy. 11.4 points, 6.9 rebounds, 3.1 assists. The vision board per the Ringer has Malcolm Brogdon on here, Anthony Black, Doug Christie, and Justice Winslow. They always put a few good ones, a few mid ones, and one less ideal one. But that's Amari Allen for you. We'll look at the highlights.
Yeah, I mean, look, Alabama was a good team this season. They were competitive. Him and oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Who is the other Alabama guard that was or is up towards the top? Is it LeBaron or is it
LeBaron Philon?
Yes. So those two kind of split some of the responsibilities, and if I'm not mistaken, Allen is a more playing off the ball type than LeBaron was for them. And so this season, you kind of think about what the Celtics need. He could fit into the traditional comes off the bench, plays without the ball, can create a little bit for himself in his strengths on the scouting report from Kevin O'Connor. Both at rim finishing, shooting, they're there. The concerns are on ball creation and mid range scoring. I think if mid range scoring is one of the concerns, I think that's a pretty good thing. Like, of all the things that you don't really need in the NBA, at least as a role player, mid range is pretty high on the list.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched much of Amari Allen just yet. Based on what I'm seeing in the highlights so far, he's got the ball in his hands a decent amount. He's scoring pretty well in the drive. I do think he's a bit undersized for the forward position in the NBA. Like maybe like you look at a Josh Hart and say, okay, can he be that? The question is Amari Allen good enough defensively to live up to that sort of role? He's comfortable with the ball in his hands pretty clearly based on the clips we're seeing. So I think that's a good thing. He's driving well, getting to the rim, getting past guys pretty easily. Obviously, these aren't all amazing players, but just took a crazy contested three over that Vanderbilt guy. You can definitely see the vision for a guy who could be a talented scorer in the NBA, if nothing else. Comfortable with the ball.
Comfortable with the ball. We don't have the defensive highlights up just yet, but that is another strength, according to the scouting report. He has a high motor. You'll see him sprinting for chase down blocks. He's extremely physical, fighting through screens, and he stays seated in his stance to slide with quicker players. Plus, he has the length to switch on to bigger ones. He gets in passing lanes and generates steals without gambling recklessly, too. Overall, he plays with a competitive spirit that leads to winning basketball. Honestly, like, the scouting report here seems like this is an awesome player. Like, I don't quite understand why he is this low in the draft. The Yahoo mock draft has him as the 34th pick. That's pretty crazy for a guy who seems to have a lot of talent as a creator on offense. The defensive billing is high. There's not a lot of things that's like, oh, he can't really do this. On-ball creation is like the only relevant skill. And even that, if you want him to come and be a role player, is not that relevant.
So, for what it's worth, the Ringer, the weaknesses, lapses of misguided focus from the ball on defense. Effort is good, but there are instances of staring at the ball and getting out of position, so gets beat off the ball. Seems more likely to become a pace dictating player than someone who dusts defenders with quickness, patience, craftiness. Not necessarily a first step guy. Also needs to improve downhill aggression and find bankable modes of offense, so that his strongest positives don't get negated in the half court game. So I mean, you get it there. Defenders don't stay completely at home when he's touched the paint or go under screens when he's in the pick and roll. So maybe they don't trust him as a shooter. Like that's the biggest thing. He's not a great shooter, so that could hurt him in the NBA. If teams are willing to help off of him, that's probably not an ideal thing to have as a role player guy. So that's probably the answer to why isn't he higher up on draft boards. Shot 34% from three in college, but yeah, no, if you're the Celtics and you think you can fix it, why not?
The jumper doesn't look egregiously broken. You know, watching him take shots, maybe I'm missing it, but it doesn't look like there's significant mechanical issues where you shouldn't. I mean, it's not super smooth, but it's also not like how does that go in? And the slight hitch in there is something that I think if you're a team that believes you can fix it, is an easy, hey, don't do this, and maybe your jump shot will go in more thing to target. And that's kind of
that. This is my thing that I mean I just noticed watching here. This jump shot looks different from the one he took the last time. Like this one right here.
That is another problem.
So, and I could be wrong, but like watching this jump shot, smooth, looks good. Go to this jump shot in the corner, different. Like that's not the same jump shot. And that maybe that's the problem. Because that one looked a lot slower. Maybe the ball was weird in his hands, but like, I mean, obviously he made up for it. But maybe that's something that we're missing. Maybe the jump shot looks different time to time, and it's not consistent, which is its own concern.
Inconsistencies in the jump shot, alarming, but not unfixable. Like
not unfixable.
If you're a team looking to put development effort into a player like this, it is worthwhile thinking about. All right, how easy is it to fix? How glaring is the issue? Is it a fixable issue? I think yes. I also think there's a layer to it where it's really hard to teach someone how to shoot a basketball a completely different way. But if there are parts of it that you can eliminate or tactics that you can introduce to encourage more consistency or you know, translate to more consistency as a jump shooter, where you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, and there's not those instances where it looks a little different. Like that one looks okay. Like it went in.
Passing here.
Okay.
Playmaking here. This isn't.
I missed the transition. Yes, yeah, I missed a new chapter. I was too busy yapping. But
that jump shot does look fine though.
The playmaking stuff on him was in the strengths on Yahoo. Said he was a really good connective passer, which is a lot of the passes we're seeing in this. And role players need to be able to make good reads. It is the bar is the floor, but it is an important skill to have nonetheless. If you have the ball as a low usage guy, you need to be trusted to move it on if the look isn't there. And finding the important open man is key.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're on defense now. Nice chase down block. Again, like you're only going to see so much in highlights, right? Like a lot of his weaknesses seem to be like, is this consistent? Is the off-ball focus there? And a lot of those things wouldn't translate in a highlight tape. They'll translate in watching a full game and watching him play, 30 minutes over the course of an entire game, multiple games. So maybe that's where, things can get lost in translation. He also looks bigger than 6'5". Maybe these are just really short teams. I mean, this is UTSA he's playing, but like this is Clemson, right? Like he doesn't look as undersized for a forward as you might think. And maybe it's just like shoes versus not shoes. But he doesn't look too undersized here.
I'm pulling up the combine measurements to double check. 6'5" and a quarter barefoot, 205 pounds, 6'8" wingspan. So about what he's listed. The wingspan isn't anything crazy that the length would make him look significantly different. But Jack's right. There is like a presence to him that just feels like he is giving you more than a 6'5" guy is. You might be
muted. No. I was thinking these defensive highlights aren't moving me. Is what I was thinking. Like he's a capable defender. A lot of these are the other team fumbling the ball and him getting the steal, which is fine. But like I could see a world where he's not the best on-ball defender right away in the NBA. Like these are a lot of off balls. Like this is the defensive highlight tape for him. Like this is a fine defensive highlight, but they just kind of threw it into his hands.
Yes.
And like, is he like that was a risk? Like, is this a good defensive play? I guess he had to help
Because of the result, yes.
but risky. Like he's a risk taker on defense, it seems. Good rotation, good anticipation. Like I'm not saying he's a bad defender, but I could see a world where I could see why potentially focus and or lapses could be an issue based on
I
just
do
the
think
highlights.
I do think there's something to this where when they're playing zone, the risk stuff is less risky because there's a back line waiting to help if things don't go well. Like the one particularly at the top of the key where he popped out and knocked it away. Not this particular highlight, but there is less risk than if it was man to man, and then all of a sudden nobody is really ready to recover for him because he was beat because he gambled. For perspective, now this is just chaos and defensive playmaking stuff, but 2.5 stocks a game, steal and a half block per game, pretty good, but definitely not a perfect. Oh, this guy's a lockdown defender type of player.
Yeah, I mean, he looks good. He looks like a solid player. Jump shot's a little slow, but again, like the Celtics have a pretty good record of fixing those types of things. Clearly confident from what I've seen, he's pretty good getting downhill and finding a shot that way, which is good. Doesn't seem to lack confidence, clearly. I don't know. You can go over to the tier list. Did it not add him? Oh, great. It didn't add him. Let me add Amari Allen here quick, and then we can
No problem.
go to the tier list. But what are you thinking? What are your thoughts on Amari Allen?
Immediate stuff is not overly impressive. Like I'm not super moved by this. I think that there's potential, but do I think Amari Allen is different enough from Ugo and Baylor and Jordan Walsh? No, I don't. I don't think he gives you any unique skill that you don't already have. And because of that, I think it's really hard to just be like, okay, we're going to invest in another one of these guys. Now, if the plan is just to keep drafting them until one of them becomes supercharged, then sure. But there are other areas that need to be addressed more than that for sure.
I think Amari Allen showed I'm looking at him like Isaiah Evans is the only other wing we have on here, right? I think he showed more creation than Isaiah Evans did. Like he put the ball on the floor, he drove downhill, he finished at the rim better. I think he's probably a better connected passer. So I think for those reasons, I might like him a little better than Isaiah Evans, but I don't know. I might like him a little more than Christian Anderson, but I don't know. I don't know if that's because I didn't love Christian Anderson. I really liked Koa Pete, but Nick talked me off of A tier to put him in B tier. You missed that one. I like Koa Pete though.
What did you like about him?
I don't know. Koa Pete just seemed like the type of guy who, if you built him right, he could be like an Aaron Gordon. Like that's the name Nick threw out. Like not the best shooter yet. He didn't really shoot that much in college, but he's confident. It feels like he's a great cutter. He gets downhill like a motherfucker. Or like Nick kept being like, that looks like Paolo driving, which is like, if you can drive like Paolo at the 27th pick, like you have a little bit of something to work with. I kind of like that. You could see the vision for a defensive flexibility. It would be an upside swing pick, but I liked the upside that was there. If you could develop him into a guy who can be a switchy defender, cutting to the rim, et cetera, et cetera. But as far as Amari Allen, I would say, I don't know. I didn't watch Terrace Reed as much. So like the B tier right now for me is so split between a guy I really like, a guy I'm pretty middling on, and a guy I didn't watch. So I'm a little like torn.
Yeah, I think he's just B tier. I think I would rather have everyone on B tier more than him. I like Koa Pete. I agree with the assessment where like it does feel like he has real upside to become a little bit more of an impact player. He has a little bit of an offensive bag. He's not shooting a lot of threes, but he created a lot for himself. He was really good. I want to say in the Purdue game in the tournament, he had a great just takeover, really swung the game for Arizona, and he was impressive to me then. But Amari Allen's like fine. I'm just kind of unmoved. I think everybody on the B tier gives you a different look than Amari Allen does. Sorry. than what you already have, if that makes sense. Like every single one of those guys, you can talk yourself getting a little bit of a need. Even Koa Pete, who isn't super clear what his role would be, he has more size than the traditional like Celtics wing that comes off the bench and shoots threes. And Amari Allen doesn't.
I think Amari Allen's the type of player that if and when I watch full games to scout him, he'll rise up my like board. For what it's worth, the Ringer has a little tidbit here. Was extremely good shooting threes from the left wing, but mad to bad everywhere else. He shot 51.2% on 43 attempts from the left wing and was just not that great anywhere else. So I guess he's got a spot. He seems like a Josh Hart type to me, depending on how the defense can look at the next level. And that intrigues me, but I don't think I saw enough from the highlights just yet to move him up the board. So I'll leave him there for now. I really like Koa Pete. I feel like Henry Vesar might be a little high on the board for me. I might flip him and Koa if it was me personally, but we can reassess as the weeks go on. But let us know what you guys think of Amari Allen. Let us know what you guys think of the tier list so far. Appreciate your opportunity, and I'll let Sam take it out.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. We're here every single day with new stuff. Full pods, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, game recaps, morning after each game. Other videos are here in between to keep you up to date with all things Celtics. You can find us on Spotify and Apple too. All pods and recaps there. Follow, leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that. You can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com, or read them every single time we do a full pod. hbtcpod@gmail.com. Tell us the prospects you want to see. The socials are at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook's the name of the podcast. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's Jack's1NBA. Mine's at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us.